Welcome, everyone. We are live today, and Little Bit is letting you know that he is alive and kicking. It is good to see you all. Listen, today's message is what was I doing when I came up with it? I was either out in the yard or I was doing laundry. I don't remember what I was doing, but I was kind of in a mood. And then the song popped into my head, turn around. And I was like, oh my God, yes, turn my mood around. That's right. And I did. And that's why I thought I would tell you to do the same thing. Like I'm very auditory. And so I hear things a lot. And so when that song popped into my head to turn my mood around, like as soon as I sang that phrase, I started to laugh because I'm like, figures, that's what you would do. And so I cracked up and I changed my mood. And I didn't look back anymore as to what was bugging me. You see, it is a lot simpler to do it than we think it is. You and I are always going to encounter things that, rock us a little bit. We always will because we're living and we encounter other perspectives and other personalities. And it's okay. You can always be parallel to something, but you don't have to entangle with it. If you come across somebody with a bad attitude and they speak to you kind of out of pocket, you don't have to engage. But if you remember that, hey, they're in a mood, and you'll hear that song in the back of your head, turn around, you will lift your mood. You know that? You will take yourself from the influence of somebody's bad mood. Because they say all the time, misery loves company. Because it is true. If you allow yourself to be sucked into the mood of somebody else, well, then you're easily persuaded. You should always stand 10 toes down. Why? Standing 10 toes down doesn't mean you're not going to change. It doesn't mean you're not going to learn a new way. It means you will discern what that new way is. This is the whole point. I hear a lot of things in a day. I learn a lot of things in a day, but I filter it through one place. The principles: mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, causation, and gender. I filter everything through that lens. Partially because I'm obsessed. Who knows? Who knows? Call it what you want, but I'm telling you what it is. We will always encounter other people, their opinions, their feelings, whatever it is. But so long as you are the one to set the tone for you to follow, now you rise above what's going on and you look down on it, not to judge it, but you look down on it to say, wait, let me see if I can see the whole picture here. And you begin to see and you listen and you learn and you say, oh, okay, well, that might make sense. I'll consider it. As opposed to blindly following along for the moods of others. So always see, when we think of control, sometimes we think control has to do with being forceful. People say you got to control your emotions, you got to control your mood. No, you don't control in that fashion as a brute. No, you control it because you comprehend it. You understand why you do what you do. And when you understand why you do what you do and where it comes from, you are in a prime position to say, wait, that might actually not be helpful to me. This attitude might not be helpful and may alienate. But what if I like being alone and I don't care what other people think about me? It still doesn't mean that you walk around with a chip. Chip should be in your mouth, not your shoulder. But hey, what do I know? Okay? The key here is not to follow, because if you look at what I'm saying to you, or listen to what I'm saying to you, feel what I'm saying to you, if you put yourself in the position to be easily swayed by the emotions and the feelings and the opinions of others, You will also allow yourself to be swayed easily and persuaded easily by your own emotions, thereby acting them out. This is why we observe. You observe yourself and you get out your discernment and you ask yourself, wait, if I do this, this is going to happen. Why? Cause and effect tells you. So then you can put yourself in the position to say, well, wait, I don't want that to happen. I want this to happen. So if I want this to happen, let me turn around. This is what you do. You turn yourself around in your mental attitude or your mood. It's just what you do. But it takes practice. And the more you practice it, the easier it becomes to change your attitude. Right? The easier it becomes to change your attitude. Because sometimes we get stuck in an attitude. Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know if that's good for me. And we get like that, and we're strong-willed and we're stubborn, and we think everybody's trying to change us and everybody's trying to tell you who to be. Turn your mental attitude around so that you can discern what you are doing and if it is helpful to you. Yeah, Angela, but I don't live in a world by myself. So what if it's good for me, but it's not good for them? Don't you think you'll be able to see that if you're clear-headed and you use your discernment? But of course. Of course. And you know where you filter it through? The golden rule. Because the golden rule sums up the principles too, you know. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. And some people say, yeah, well, I might be nice, but they might not be nice back. Because I'm nice doesn't mean they have to be nice back. So you're going to live your life. How? Because someone's not going to be pleasant to you, you'll be unpleasant to others, you know, so you'll catch everybody. You're setting yourself up for a real unhappy existence. You see, we don't escape the hurt because we all get our feelings hurt. You don't escape it, but you understand why your feelings were hurt. I read somewhere this, it was a psychologist or psychiatrist. And he said that we're not angry enough to make a change, something along those lines. And I thought to myself, angry enough at who? Who should you be angry at? But you know, if you're angry at your boss, you're actually angry. You're only ever angry with yourself. You know why you're angry with yourself? Because you feel like, oh my God, how could I do this to myself? How could I get myself in this position? I'm in that one right now. I sat there the other day and I said, girl, how did you end up here? How did you let somebody sweet talk you? How did you let that happen? And then you want to be vexed. And I was like, how did I let that happen? And I was mad. My feelings were hurt. I was in my feelings. I was in a deep pocket of my feelings. And I said, how, Angela, how could you're how old? How did you let somebody just hoodwink you? And I said to myself, that's because you like a lot of game playing. That's why. You better check yourself. You better check yourself. And it's okay. And it probably won't be the last time that it happens. But you know what? You'll learn more discernment now, won't you? You'll practice discernment now, won't you? And you'll stop this thing of always wanting to be liked. You're never always going to be liked. You've got to get used to that. You cannot control everybody's mood. They're in control of their own mood, and they will like you or dislike you based on their mood. It has nothing to do with you. So what you gonna do? You gonna sit here and rock in the corner? And I was like, well, when you put it that way, let me turn around. And you see, that's what I had to do. I'm not saying it doesn't sting. Of course it does. I'm human. I've got feelings, right? I have feelings. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. I get it. I understand. We're going to go through things. Listen, we're going to make dumb choices. But if you can see the choice, if you can understand, like the Oracle said in the Matrix, well, you've already made the choice. You're just here to understand why. And I was like, oh, snap. But I understood why I did it. And I also learned a lot about myself. I also learned a great deal. And I thought, huh, okay, I can do something with this. See? But you don't judge. Oh my God, because trust me, I started to. I said all kinds of things to myself. I said, you know so much and don't know nothing at all. You can see, but you're still blind. Look at you. I said that to myself. I did. And then I realized that it is all part of this life experience. But let me tell you something, it will happen less frequently, few and far between. Not because I harden my heart, never that. I'm like Michelangelo, chiseling away that marble from the heart. It's cold, isn't it? So this is the thing. When we learn and we want to protect ourselves from being hurt, we tend to harden our hearts to say, you ain't never gonna hurt me again. You ain't never gonna lie to me again. I'm gonna show you. But who are you showing? You're showing you that you just hardened your heart. And I always tell you, only one thing in life is meant to be hard, but I digress. So you don't harden your heart. You comprehend your own behavior. You comprehend your own emotions. You comprehend your own quote unquote shortcomings. Why would I do that? Oh, that's right. Because I'm afraid of dot, dot, dot. But if I choose my desired effect, well, I can eliminate fear like that. So what effect do I want? To always be discerning. To know that people always do from their own place, their own mood is where they function from. So let me recognize their mood right away and then decide if I want to entangle with their mood or just keep it moving and run parallel. Right? So this is where that practice of turning your own eyes inward, you turn around. Because if you listen to those lyrics, what does she say? Turn around. Turn around. Bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. Right? That's what she says. I need you more tonight. Anyway, you see, when we do that, she's saying, I need you. You need who? You better be looking at yourself in the mirror talking about, I need you. You need the fact that you can use the principles. That's what you need in your life. Flo Smiles, you're a bad girl. You're a very bad girl. She's got a picture of brownies, and I'm like, Lord, have mercy. And they're those nice chewy ones. See how she just turned me around? See, that's a whole mood changer right there. See? You find the thing that you find most pleasant about yourself, most delectable about yourself, and you turn towards that. Because sometimes what do? We turn towards the things that are hurtful. Because, that's what they did to me. And you don't know. And I have the right. I am justified to hold on to it. Fine. Go ahead and keep holding on to it. And because you don't see what it's doing to your physical body right here, right now, in this moment, you think everything is okay. But let me tell you something. You can't keep pouring bitterness into a well and not poison the well that you have to drink from. But you keep holding on because, you've justified. It has nothing to do with justification. We all know that people can be jerks. We all know this. But don't you dare be justified in holding on to the garbage. You have to eat around that garbage. You got to sleep around that garbage. And you roll around with it, well then, all we gonna hear is flies buzzing. And then you'll talk about, oh, but my life. Yeah, but because of that justification that you want to hold on to, now hear me out. I'm not saying that you are not justified in your hurt. Of course you are. You have every right to be hurt. You do. But at the same time, you've got to recognize what holding on to hurt does to the person who's holding it. Mm. And then when you get indigestion, you feel like, oh my God, I ate something bad. You didn't eat nothing bad. You're holding on to bad things that do what? You find out that most people, when they get into a bad mood, the first thing that stops is the appetite. Why do you think that is? Because when you're in a bad mood, you're primed to fight. You can't digest your food and fight at the same time. Your body knows this. So all I'm showing you right now is what you're doing to yourself, all because you feel justified to hold on to the hurt. Let me tell you something. I don't know who's listening. When I say that, I mean sometimes family can be listening, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I was invited for Thanksgiving, and I said, "Who, me? I ain't going. I will not be going back to that house. You can't cuss me out in your house when I'm at my lowest point, and then turn around and want me to come for Thanksgiving. What, so you can poison my food? Hell no. Oh, I'm justified in that, right? So when I tell you that I understand what it feels like to be justified in your hurt, don't think I'm talking to you from on top of the mountain with some kind of a foghorn. No, I'm standing right next to you, hollering at you and telling you I get it. I get it. But what's more important? For you to have a good life and to live carefree and not have to worry about somebody else's opinion of you? Or for you to rock in the corner and think and plot the demise of someone else? If you are plotting something for someone, I'm sorry to say it, as within, so without. As they say in Barbados, we ain't catch, you ain't pass you. What did not catch you has not passed you. So don't think because you're not experiencing it right now that you cannot. This is why you always take the time to taste your mood. This is why you do it. So that you don't get caught with your pants around your ankles. Yikes. That's why you do it. But you don't check yourself to judge yourself. You check yourself to make sure that, wait a minute, I have painted a picture of a beautiful life that I want. And my beautiful life does not have anything to do with me getting up and arguing every day with indigestion and feeling abused. That is not what my blissful life consists of. So you know what? I'm going to stay faithful and persist in who I say I am. And all the things that do not belong in that picture will do what? Fall away from you. Oh, we read that in the lecture last night. You don't have to think about escaping anybody. Stay focused and persistent in who you say you are. And because you're no longer the same, you will not be around them naturally by way of law. So to help yourselves, examine your mood. And if you don't like it, turn around. Turn your mood around, honey. Because bliss does not have anything to do with being cantankerous and persnickety and bombastic. Oh, no, it does not. Those things are contrary to bliss. And if you say you're creating a blissful life, well, then you don't have time to be cussing anybody out in your mind's eye. You're too busy in your mind's eye singing, I feel pretty, and sprinkling confetti everywhere. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But you don't have to believe anything I tell you. I don't want you to believe me. Heavens no. Why should you? Why should you believe me? But what you should do, should, yes, I'm telling you what you should do because I can. I tell myself what I should and should not do. I'm telling you what you should do. You should taste your mood. Taste that mood that you're walking around with. And if it feels kind of bitter, if it tastes kind of bitter, if it tastes kind of salty, maybe you like it salty. Maybe you like it sweet. But the point is, if you don't taste it, you won't know what you're walking with. So taste your mood. It is palatable, you know. Taste it. You should see my son sometimes. If the food is real good, he'll lick the plate. And I'm like, you know what? Get out. You crazy as hell. I'm like, you have to have some manners. He's like, Mom, I am in my house. And I'm like, I stand corrected. That's what you do. When you taste your mood, if it is, and you know you feel good inside out. Inside out. Boy, you turn me. You know, if you feel it like that, well, then carry on. But if you taste that mood, and every time you taste it, you get a little angrier and a little more frustrated, well, then you eating the wrong thing. Because I know you don't want to feel that way. Ain't nobody getting up every day talking about, I'm going to fight today. Them is fighting words. Don't you cross me. Nobody gets up with that attitude. They do not. I am telling you, as the day is long, nobody gets up with that. But you know what they get up with? I don't want to be hurt anymore. I've got to protect myself. Thus, they fight. So turn your mood around, y'alls. Turn your mood around and live that life that you have painted in the picture of your mind that ain't nobody can see. Where is he? Because I think there's ain't nobody who usually pops in and I end up having to sing it, but I thought about I thought about them because the name popped up. Ain't nobody love me better. So if you stand in the mirror and you say that and you point and you say, then you are. Ain't nobody. That's what you say to yourself. You have to turn your mood around, but I'm kicking the horse and it's down. So let me stop and welcome everybody to the space this morning. Hello, Wisdom Almighty. I see you here on these YouTube streets. You made yourself known in the chat. The others who have not, I see you. And maybe Jeff is here. Maybe the better man is here. I don't know. But I see y'all's. Oh, Saps is here. Lessago is here. I see you. Twitter. It's good to see y'all. I tell you, it is. Who's here on Fanbase? The T-shirt wizard. Well, hello, dearest. It's good to see you. It is good to see you. Moon and Dolphin Duck. Oracle Treehouse is here. Big Mike is here. Miss McQueen. Flo smiles in her tasty brownies. She's here. Afternoon Delight is here. And as always, the lovely KZ. Listen. Yes, Moon. It happened for me, not to me. That's what it is. You see, if you learn nothing today, learn this. You are in control of your life, contrary to what other people may say. You're the one in control of it. And remember, control doesn't mean brute force. Control means you got the reins in your hand. Control means you got your foot on the gas or the brake. Right? You could be like a Danica Patrick. Well, she controls that car beautifully. You could be like what's his name? That cute little one who drives. Oh Lord, what's his name? Tell me his name. I can see his face. Tell me his name. Mm. He won how many F1s? His father taught him how to stop at a particular distance. God, I want to say his name. It's on the tip of my tongue. You know who I'm talking about. If you know it, say it.
You talking about Daryl Waltrip?
No, he's a young man. Oh, he's a real young man. He used to have the cornrows in his hair. And he drove fast cars.
You talking about the light skin? The light skin?
Yeah, I'm talking about that. I've never referred to anybody as light skinned, but yes.
I know, right?
He is light skinned though. He used to like Rihanna at one time.
Oh, I can't think of his name. I know who you're
Somebody gonna tell me.
Oh man. Yeah, it'll come to somebody. Oh, darn it.
But the whole point of
Talking about the great Lewis Hamilton?
Thank you very much. And I knew you would know. Lewis Hamilton. That's who I'm talking about. Now, that is some control. Do you know what it is to go so fast around the track now? First of all, I feel like it's some kind of insanity because nothing is changing on the track. It's just you're going round and round and round and round and round. But you have to have control because when you turn the corner at that speed, the G's hit you, right? And it's like, how do they do these things? You have to, and it's control. But did he get up one day and said, I know how to drive Formula One? No. He had to practice. His daddy taught him. He had to practice and practice and practice till he got it just right. So for you and for me, listen, Keanu Reeves just did one too. I forget how he placed, but he was all excited about what he did. So anyway, what I'm saying to you is that type of finesse. That's the word I want instead of control. Because when you do the control, don't mind the background noise. My son is being helpful by putting the dishes away. Because I got to wash dishes, so I need somewhere to put them. So I asked him to put them away, and he decided now was a great time. Who am I to argue? I'm getting the help. But I digress.
After, you'd have to deal with the dishes.
Yeah, manure. So you see, the word instead of control, because control seems to be such a harsh word and taste. But if you say finesse, finesse, it gives a different feeling altogether. You say, I'm a finesse my life. Oh. Now you know when you act a certain way, you got to do it and it's smooth. So when you change your mood, you change it and it's smooth. It's no jerk feeling, right? It's a smooth feeling because control, as I said, feels kind of harsh to me. But finesse will dictate how you move through things. You move through things with ease. Of course, people have their own connotation of what finesse would be. But I think finesse is much more smooth of a word. Finesse. You know, some people talk to you and they're just like, and you can feel they're just, But I digress. But that's how you should turn your life around, with finesse. You don't have to fight and fuss and struggle. You have the principles. The principles make you, what's that word? The principles just make you, I want to say they make you a G, but I don't know if that's the right phrase I want to use. When you use the principles and you say, listen, I am, and what am I? I am what I say I am. Ooh, my stomach is growling. When you say, ooh, I am that, you say, yes, yes, I am. I am that. And you choose it and you select it and you say, yes. You see the difference? It's trying to force yourself. I am that. I am that. No, 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 no. Take your time, baby, and say, I am that. See? Learn how to finesse your way through life. Finessing your way through life just simply means you apply the principles with ease. and clarity of mind. Use the principles and you walk through life with a swagger. People don't know what you got going on in your mind, but you do. And when you apply those principles, you walk through life knowing that nobody can close a door on you because you're the one with the master key. You don't gotta kick in the door, wave in the 4-4. You don't have to do that. Huh? Anyhow, let me stop. I think you get the point. Let me get the bowl. And I think that chicken has gone back to sleep. Good for him. One of us gets to lay around in bed today. It should be me. But work beckons. Work beckons. And so do these dishes. So let's get the bowl. And this morning, what kind of attitude do you want, my beautiful friends? What kind of attitude you want? Turn it around. So when you go through the day, you'll remember me. You know why you'll remember me? Because you'll be singing. When you catch yourself in a mood, you'll say, oh, turn around. I won't be surprised if one of you hears it on the radio. When you do, remember you heard it here first. And remember now why you heard it on the radio. Because it was in your thoughts. And because it was in your thoughts, well, that was the mood you were in. And the mood that you were in dictated your thoughts. And when you dictate your thoughts, you dictate your words. And when you dictate your words, you dictate your actions. So make sure you turn around, right? Let us get the bowl. And remember, Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I love you all, each and every one of you. And I look forward to seeing you tonight. If you want to be part of our bedtime lecture, listen, last night was fire. Whoo, Neville said some things, and I was like, ooh, he did not. And it was, ooh, CJ, I haven't seen you in a while, stranger. Mm. But it's good to see you. He's got the warning, warning, warning. It's good to see you, CJ. But yeah, last night's lecture was just on point. We're going to touch on some of that in our group coaching tomorrow on Fanbase. Um, what time is that at, Delight? Delight?
It's at 5. You know, it took me a long time to get back to the page.
Oh my goodness. Yes, 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fanbase. That's where the subscribers from Fanbase, that's where we meet, and we have a private group coaching session. And so we go through the process, and and here's the thing. It's never a place to talk about your problems per se, because you know how we can be sometimes. We want to tell the whole story of the problem, but you see, it's the juiciness of the story that keeps you in its thrall. So it's not the story that I want to know. I don't need to know your business. I just want to know, what do you want? And we go through the process from there, because you already know the story. But that's the whole point. You've got to turn around from telling that story and decide what new story you're going to tell. So this is how we function over in that group space. And it is a beautiful space. If you want to participate in it, think about it and come over and join us on Fanbase. Um yeah. If you are, I know Wisdom Almighty is a member here on YouTube. Now I did offer it to YouTubians. I did. But I don't know. Y'all never took up that offer. But it is there to do group coaching for you guys, a private stream, and it's just you members. I'm going to put it out there again for you. It doesn't matter what tier you're in on YouTube. But if you want it, it's there for you. And we can do it Saturdays at 6 after Fanbase, but on YouTube for the members, right? So that's that's what it is, because it's really important that we learn the principles and apply them, and really truly be faithful to ourselves and persist in the change that we want. So I'm just putting that plug out there if you want to do it. And maybe you say, well, Angela, I don't feel good in a group. And it's okay, you don't have to feel good in a group. If you want my time one-on-one, slide into my DMs and we can work something out. I'm sure you know we can work something out. um but yeah, I'm just making it more affordable for you, because as a member or as a subscriber on Fanbase, it's part of what you already pay for. So it's just that I offer it in a group, because there's a group of you. Right? But one-on-one, that's time and money. And I don't know about you, but I'm flexible. If you need me, I'll be here. Message me. Not because I have all the answers, but because the principles, just use them. Right? You need a pep talk? Holla at your girl. Slide into my DMs. I'll give you a pep talk. Yes. I do it all the time. I don't turn anybody away from my inbox, from my DMs. I don't. Because I know how important it is to be heard. So, anyway, that's what I'm telling you this morning before we go. So, maybe I'll see you tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where Neville Goddard's lectures can whip us into a frenzy. Flo Smiles, come on, say it.
Do you know you can stream YouTube on here now?
What you trying to tell me? That I can stream YouTube from Fanbase?
On FANBASE.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that what the watch party is?
Yeah. That's what you're part of. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, somebody gonna have to teach me how to use that madness because all these tech savvy things. Thank you, Flo Smiles. See, I didn't know. See, I didn't know, but now I do. See, always making it easier. So, anyhow, I don't want to keep you because these dishes looking at me saying, "You gonna do me right?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna do you." Yeah. This is what it is. So we gotta do them dishes. But anyway,
Mine too. Mine too.
Little Smiles, those brownies look amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm over here like, oh my God.
and
These brownies,
and delight is
brownies.
and delight is over here saying, "Y'all better weigh in at the 90-day challenge." I know them brownies look good.
Those brownies look great, but I can also resist. But I will say they look great. They look fluffy. They look thick. They look like
Moist.
that one bite is worth it, and then get your tail right back on the doggone treadmill
Yeah.
for your goals.
Yeah, all right, all right. They do look amazing. See? You see what we do over here on Fanbase? Yeah, you might want to come over for that.
That's a real picture because that is not Pillsbury.
You
That
know
is
it.
not. That I know the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Are they
Mm-hmm.
spiked? Are they spiked Little Smiles?
What'd you say?
Are they spiked? Have you done?
Oh no! They're not special ones.
Those are family. Those are family friendly brownies.
Yes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. See, you got to clarify sometimes.
It was the brownies from Medea when she was like brownie for my brownie.
Yes. Moon. Oh, Benjamin. Benjamin, hello. Where are you writing from asking me how I'm doing tonight or today? Where are you? Is it nighttime for you or is it daytime for you, honey? Because I've never said your name before, Benjamin. Oh, this is exciting. Mm. I gotta remember Benjamin is typing. See, we don't have that delay over here on FanBangs. We could just pop off the mic, right? But I don't want to keep y'all. But it is good to meet you, Benjamin. I hope you'll see us again tonight for the bedtime lecture if you'd like. I don't remember what the name of the lecture is, so sorry. It's something, but I can't remember what it is. Um, but anywho, my beautiful friends, we're all gonna go. Normally I stay a little longer on Fanbase, but today, oh wait, there's more going on in the chat here. Oh, so you copy the link and you place it in the watch party and it will play in the room. Oh, thank you, T-shirt wizard. Oh, really? Okay, okay. Listen, I'm gonna try it. Oh, T-shirt wizard, did you stream through your iPad? Look, how about you just
He
come?
played a whole book yesterday. The quality was great. I could hear. I was falling asleep. I thought I was a character in that book, which is not the best thing because it was about Diddy. But the point is, it was really that good. So whatever he did, it was great.
It sounds like T-shirt is driving. Here, peace out, Twitter. Peace out, Twitter. I just closed Twitter. Oh, listen, y'all. Benjamin is from Australia. Dare I say, We are worldwide, y'alls. And now StreamYard allows you to translate. And I do have some who are Italian and some who are French. So now I can translate for them. So you see, we worldwide, y'alls. Uh-uh. Positively Angela's worldwide.
Benjamin's in the future because they're already into Saturday if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he says it's nighttime for him. So
Okay.
Benjamin, is
He's
it?
already listening to tonight's lecture.
I know, right?
That part.
Benjamin, what time of night is it? Go ahead, Big Mike. Uh-oh. Big Mike, do you have an Android? It's 10 p.m. for him right now.
That was a very evil question. Oh my God. Oh my God.
No, it's an iPhone on this one. I'm using an iPhone.
Oh, you're using an iPhone? Okay. Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Benjamin says, shall we both put a piece of bread on the ground and make an earth sandwich? Because he's on one side and I'm on the other, and the earth is between us. Aw. Listen, I just love meeting people from all over the world. It is amazing. And anytime I want to be hard on myself to say, well, are you getting the message out, Angela? Are you getting the principles out? Or is it just a waste of time for you? Then I remember encounters like these ones, where I have people who are French and they're in my DMs. I still communicate with Italians, but I use Google Translate. Like, I use Google Translate for that simple reason. So it is, anytime I want to be harsh on myself, I remind myself, no, honey, you are international. Because I am. Hey, Charlene. So that's what it is. But don't let me keep you all. It is 5:55 a.m. for me. Let me look outside. Oh my goodness. Listen, before I let you go, I was, because I go to work in the dark, right? Because it's that time of year. So I always stargaze. So I'm looking up and I look to Cassiopeia. And I'm like, Cassiopeia, you look kind of funny. You're kind of looking Little Dipperish. Star moved and flew across the sky, not like a shooting star, but more like you're on the highway and it's just driving by. And I'm looking at it because that's what I'm doing. I'm just looking up and I'm watching it go. And there's a star right in front of it. And I'm like, what we gonna do? And just like how you would lane change, that's what it did. And I was like, I said, okay, who are you? Maybe I don't want to know. Where are you from? And what you do? Because that's not a satellite. I'm sorry. That is not a satellite. I see them every morning. I'm telling you because I watch the stars, because that's what I do. And when I saw it, I was like, because I told you, you have to know what Cassiopeia looks like, the constellation of Cassiopeia. It's kind of shaped like a W, a spread out W, like whole W. But I digress. Um, but it's kind of spread out. But yesterday when I looked at it, I'm like, there's one extra star. That doesn't make any sense. And I kid you not, it moved. This is the second morning. It was not from Cassiopeia the first day, but it was in Cassiopeia yesterday. So I'm curious to know what I'm going to see this morning, because that's what happened to me that one time when I lost 11 minutes. Because remember, I've told you before, I used to work at UPS. And I always got to work at 3:33 a.m. And as I would back up into my stall, it was 3:33 a.m. on the nose, because that's how I always left the house, so that because it took me 11 minutes to get to work exactly. So I would leave every morning at the same time and park at 3:33 a.m. Well, one morning I go out and I'm unlocking my car door and I see out of my periphery this flash. And I turned and I looked at it and I said, "Oh, so now that I see you, you're not going to move?" I was like, "Bitch." That's what I said. So I get in the car. and I pull off the driveway. I get to the four-way stop and my lunch bag goes flying off. And I'm like, "Well, how did my lunch bag just fly off the seat? Because I'm not, there's no traffic. I'm not speeding. I'm not in a hurry." I bend down to pick up my lunch bag and I put it back on the seat and I look at the clock and it is 3:33 a.m. And I said, "But I'm not at work. How can it be 3:33 a.m.? I am still home." And I've never been able to explain those 11 minutes ever. So now that I'm here, because every morning when I look up for Orion's belt, it's in the southwest corner, but now it's moving um more towards the west, so it's over the other house now. So I got to go out and turn to look up and see Orion. And I always scan when I lean back and I look right up and I find Cassiopeia, because then I orient myself. And so I was like, "What are you?" And you know what, though? It does scare me because I'm like, I don't know if you're nice or not. I don't know. I don't know if you eat brains. I don't know. But it is intriguing.
I was about to say, Angela, if they come get you, tell them to come get me. But then I thought about that too. Like, you don't know what they are. Like, I always say that they're gonna be good. At least the ones who are interested in life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if
Mm-hmm.
they're cool, tell them to stop by Virginia and come pick me up too.
Oh.
And if they're bad, I'm gonna come get you. So we'll figure it out.
I know, right? Like I don't know, it's intriguing. So I usually like to get out in the morning and see what I can see, but it always intrigues me. Always. And so I'm like, I'll be checking Cassiopeia this morning because I'm like, you know, fool me twice, but maybe he'll move. And I'm like, "But are you nice? I can okay, you're just gonna be there. Why don't you just identify yourself? You know, like."
And that's wild too.
Mhm.
They act like they don't know that normal people don't know. We know. Like we look up in the sky. We see stuff like that. How do you explain that?
Mm-hmm.
So they're here. They are definitely here. That is so cool. Do you be seeing the what are the lights?
The Northern Lights?
Yeah, the northern lights. Do you see those?
If I go towards the mountains, yes. I'm not far from the mountains though. But you have to be away from the city. You have to be out in the mountains to see them because they're actually they don't you don't just see them, you hear them. That's why the mountain's better because it's quieter. Because the cougar's listening for you when you breathe so she can find you. No, but it is quieter in the mountains. And so when you, and it's, listen, that night sky is blacker than black in the mountains. And that's what scares me because it is such a vast expanse, but it is beautiful and it is very intriguing. And so, yeah, it's beautiful and, but scary at the same time because I feel so little. Like I feel so little because the distance between that quote unquote star and myself is so vast. But yet he could be here in the twinkling of an eye if he wanted. But me, I am in this ether and can't move as quickly as he can physically. So it is rather intriguing. And so I would like to know who and what it is and why it's there and where you come from. Is he tall? Is it a girl? Is it a reptilian? What is it? I don't know. I don't know.
Does he act like Paul? I know I keep referring to that movie. Y'all need to check out that movie, Paul. It's so good. Oh my god.
They act like Paul.
I know, right? I want to be Paul. I want to be the Paul.
Or does he act like Roger from
No,
American Dad?
he
Listen,
does.
you guys must think I'm nuts, but no, I'm excited, and so I'm excited. I'm excited. But YouTube and Facebook, I love you. Oh wow, there's 6 of you here now. You're not coming in on the tail end. We're just shooting the breeze right now. But I need to do these dishes. Infinite grayscale. Hello. You say Franklin. Hello. Now. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I wonder what I'll see today. Truly, I wonder what I'll see today when I look up. Sometimes I get disappointed if I don't see anything. But if I go upstairs, I can see the Little Dipper out my upper bedroom window. I can see that there, but it's through the glass. But it's usually when I go outside, and I really like that, just being outside to see it. So anyway, YouTube and Facebook, I'll see you guys tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So would that be, Benjamin? Would that be like, I don't know. What are we now? 6 a.m. So 10 plus 16. So that's 4 p.m. Now look, I listen. Words are my strong point, not numbers. Okay, mathematics is not my thing, so y'all will figure that out. But I do love you, YouTube and Facebook, and I'll see you tonight. Okay, for the lecture at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we gonna kick it together. We gonna fall asleep together if you're so inclined. Much love to you, YouTube and Facebook. Much love. Mwah. Much love.